I put myself in danger. Let me show you what I mean. Up here at the bank, alright, I'm sitting here on the stool, and we got a delivery truck full of money coming to the bank. And if anything were to go down, am I at the right place? I'm at the wrong place? I mean, I'm that close to his firearm, right? His sidearm. So he's either going to return fire if something goes down, or he's not. And I'm going to have to take charge, right? Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. We're at the bank right now. I got to figure out a way to get to the front of the line. Excuse me. I'm just sitting here and noticing people are coming out. They're sliding a few hundred pesos underneath the tablet that's on the podium here. Maybe I'd go over and buy him some donuts, right? But that's how it works here. When you start getting into the nitty-gritty, things like this, hey, the peso talks. The peso talks. Yeah. Right there. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about payoffs, bribery, getting special treatment, whatever you want to call it here in the Philippines. Good idea, bad idea, against the law, not against the law. I don't know. I didn't look it up to see if it was against the law or not against the law, but it's here and it's being done quite a bit. I notice it with my own eyes. Did I experience it? Yes. I can tell you right now, the first time I experienced it, I was up on Clark in Luzon 9 years ago, give or take. And I was driving up on the old air base. Now, this was before a lot of the main construction that is done up there had taken place. I was driving this one road and got to the end, and it's like, well, no, I got to an intersection. I'm like, I don't know, that way. Let me just do a U-turn and go back to where I came from, right? So I did this U-turn, and this Filipino gentleman comes running up from the side of the road like he was hiding, right? Blowing his whistle. Pull over, sir, pull over. I'm like, all right, what do I do, Didn't know. He gets on the walkie-talkie. I think he might have been a spotter. I don't know. Next thing you know, the Clark Air Base, or the Clark has their own police force that patrols and monitors the Clark. I don't know if it's an air base. I think it's an air base. Either way, policeman comes down. Sir, you did a U-turn. Like, yeah. Okay. Right there's the sign that says no U-turn, right? I'm like, where? And he's pointing right there, sir. Very professional. Very polite officer. I look, and there's this tiny little sign, you could barely see it, that says no U-turn. So I'm like, all right, you caught me, I'm dead wrong. He goes, that's a violation. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a violation. He goes, this is what your fine is. I'm like, all right. Now, granted, here in the Philippines, unlike the States, you do something wrong, officer follows you, pulls you over, throws their lights on. And meanwhile, he's in the car, he's on his walkie, running your license plate, checking to see if you have any warrants for your arrest. You know what I'm saying, the whole spiel. They don't do that, right? I don't even think I was asked for my driver's license. And I even had a Filipino driver's license at the time. Didn't even ask for that. Didn't ask for registration insurance. None of that. So he said that's a violation and it's a fine. And I'm like, okay, well, this is the first time this happened to me. I don't know, what do I do? And he tells me, and I said to him, I said, well, sir, what is the fine? How do I pay the fine? Do I pay you? Do I have to go pay it at a police station? Do I have to go to court? In Pennsylvania, they will give you a fine. You can either sign it, don't sign it, agree with it, don't agree with it, mail in your payment. If you want to contest it, they'll set up a date for you to contest it. None of that, none of that. He goes, you can pay me, sir. I'm like, all right. I see that how this works now, all right? I think I gave him 1,000 pesos, you know what I mean? Boom, there's 1,000 pesos. You gotta understand something. That guy might only be making a couple hundred pesos. Say 600 pesos at the most for his job per day, all right? Accepting money like that puts extra food in his family's mouth, gas in maybe his car, maybe a ride home, maybe a meal, maybe whatever, cigarettes, Red Horse, whatever. So when I experienced that, I'm like, okay, I see how this works here. Now I know of gentlemen that will hand them, say, like their passport, which I don't recommend, or hand them their driver's license or something with some money folded up in it, and they will take it. That's not every time, guys. Not every time you will encounter that. Some people they're by the book. Nope, not happening. But here's the thing, right? I also got one down in Manila. I got pulled over in Manila for being in a bus lane while my GPS was telling me to turn right. They pulled me over, handed me a ticket, and I'm like, all right, how do I pay it? And all I had to do was go up to the SM department store. There's a counter right there to pay it. However, if you don't pay it within 30 days, you would have to return back to the area where you got issued the citation, right? Then I found out that my violation of my U-turn that I did was only a couple hundred pesos, so the guy wound up making out. But it happens. It happens here. People do. It's up to you. It's up to you if you want to do that. Are they going to arrest you, slap cuffs on you? You know, you're bribing an officer. And I've never heard of that happening. I've heard more stories of people handing police, PNP, whatever, money. It just is. Just like the bank. I was sitting there and I'm like, you know what? There's got to be an easier way, right? Got to be an easier way. I was sitting there seeing people tuck money under their book, and I'm like, yep, I know what's going on here. So then I'm like, all right, let me start talking to the security guard. Started talking to him, very friendly man, born here on the island of siargao, left the island to Manila to work, went to schooling. Now he's back here doing his job. He enjoys his job. When you get to a bank, seniors will always get to the front of the line. Pregnant women will always get to the front of the line. Handicapped will get to the front of the line. I'm like, how can I get to the front of the line, right? And so we get talking. He's very nice. And then he says, you know what? He goes, you come see me next time. And I knew what that meant. He goes, I'll give you a lower number. I knew what that meant. And that meant I'm gonna slide him some pesos to take that hour and a half wait down to maybe a 15-minute wait. Now you gotta understand something too, guys. The island we live on is very small, siargao Island. The only good quality bank is the bank we bank at. There are a lot of people that bank there, a lot of businesses bank there, a lot of Filipinos bank there. I know for a fact a lot of the businesses in general, Luna Bank there, they have two tellers. It's a very, very slow processing bank. It just is. It just is. Compared to a city. You live in a big city, you have multiple branches of BPI, BDO, all the other big branches, you know. When you establish yourself at a bank here in the Philippines, all right, they get to know you. My BPI bank up in Angeles City, they knew me. I was depositing money. I was called a preferred customer. If I had any issues, I could walk right in there, go right up to a person. They could handle all my issues. The other BPI was up on Clark. That's where I deposited money, withdrew money. I got to know them up there very well. I never had an issue, never had to wait more than 15 minutes. Very helpful, very great. So establish yourself. I know an expat that has quite a bit of money in a BDO bank. And his BDO, he is like an agent. His agent will contact him and say, hey, the peso rate is very low. If you exchange, say, 5,000 US dollars right now, today, you're going to get a great rate. He goes down and he does it. You got to establish that with the bank. Is it a good idea to pay off barangay captains? I don't know. I never really had issue or a run-in or a confrontation or anything where I needed a barangay captain to help. Is it a good idea to pay off a mayor? I don't know. I just don't get involved in politics. But you got to understand one thing. Once you start giving money to say like a security guard, he is going to expect it every time. If you don't, he will remember it, and you may get that number 50 in a queue and they're on number 2. You know what I mean? They expect it every time. Now, if you don't have money, you can say, listen, I'll make good when I come back. You know, they're good to go. I even knew a expat up in Luzon that paid a grocery store manager, all right, that would escort them after they were shopping to the front of the line, all right, every time. Here you do wait. It is a fact of the Philippines. It moves very slow. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, that's my shake.
Yeah.
My shake, rattle, and roll. All right. Banana shake. I'm thirsty for one. Some of the best shakes you will find here in the Philippines. But yeah, they will expect it. And it's only 200. I mean, we're going to give the officer, the guard, their 200 pesos. I mean, what is that, $4? I myself, I don't go in, I don't bank here. Look goes in, but I can see when she comes out after being in there for an hour and a half that she is, how would you say it? Frizzled or at her wit's end. But yeah, it happens here, guys. It does happen. Like I said, establish a relationship with a bank, with a grocery store, with wherever you do business constantly, on a monthly basis, even a weekly basis. Establish a relationship with the Filipino people that work there. And it's not only foreigners that are doing this. I've seen many Filipinos doing it also. Sliding a little money here, sliding a little money here, sliding a little money here. Matter of fact, this little restaurant we eat here in Dapa quite a bit, that gentleman there, he takes care of us, and take care of him. It's about taking care of them also, right? And you will get good service. You will be taken care of. You'll be treated good. It's less stress. I guess what I'm saying is it puts less stress on you being here, coming from wherever you come from, you know, a banking system that you're in and out and everything's up to date and modern, and you come from a grocery store where you can check out your own stuff. They will never do checkout lines here in the Philippines. It's not happening. Not gonna happen. I don't think it would have to do with anything with stealing, because now, granted, there will be people that would steal, but I know on this island where we live and many other places throughout the Philippines, they feel if they do bad like that, like stealing, it's going to come back on them some way, form, shape, or another. I experienced it on this island. Luzon, different story up there. But why will it never happen? Accountability. Say you scan something, don't scan something, it doesn't scan in, and now the store has lost money. They account for every single item in stores here. They do. But anyways, just thought I'd share that. Leave your comments below. Have you experienced it? What do? Have you not experienced it? Have you had an issue when you tried to slide a little something to somebody and they didn't want to hear it, didn't want you to, you know what I mean? Leave a comment below. Let me know. Anyways, with that being said, look at my view. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful view? Ocean out here, nice breeze, nice greenery. Life is beautiful. When you reduce your stress level in the Philippines, no matter where you live, life is beautiful.